No, so okay, so the thing is, right now I'm a user. I go to app.pstake.finance. I see Cosmos-based assets, Cosmos, Atom, and XPRT persistence, and now I also see Ethereum, ETH, right? And you can already convert your ETH into SDK ETH, and you can put them into a pool, I think on Uniswap, to earn additional yields. I think right now just through the swap fee. I don't know if there's already an incentive live yet. But talk about some of the like very tangible use case, what this means for a user, and if you can throw in some numbers and some timelines, like what are some of the assets that are coming next to be liquefied through a P-Stake, number one. And number two, what is the user flow? Like, why would I want to liquefy my staked asset besides just having a way to exit it without the unbonding periods? But what would be the yield opportunities that I have? And if there's some studies or some case studies of what we have right now, if you can share some yields, that would be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things, so number one, you asked what assets are we working on. So we just launched SDK ETH last week. We have SDK Sol coming up. We are currently testing it out internally. It should go live on mainnet in the next couple of weeks. We have SDK AVAX in the pipeline getting on testnet tomorrow. And we have SDK assets and persistence, which is the entire Cosmos ecosystem assets, which is also the front-end integration is ongoing right now. So we are pretty close to taking that to testnet as well. So all these things are like literally moving in parallel at this stage, and we just have to prioritize which one we can take to markets. But and on top of that, we are also working on SDK BNB. So those are all the assets that we are working on right now. In terms of why using liquid staking, so obviously having liquidity of your staked assets is important, but if you look at the numbers that that you see with Lido's ST-ETH, it gives you a very, very strong understanding of what you can do with liquid staking. So one of the best use cases I've seen, and which is something that we were talking about internally even before Lido did this integration with Aave for their ST-ETH token. So what they did was they introduced something called leveraged liquid staking, which allows you to basically mint ST-ETH from your ETH, take it to Aave and collateralize that and borrow ETH against it at a very high LTV. And then you keep looping it in. So essentially, instead of earning, staking rewards for earning like 4.5% staking rewards on your ETH, you're now earning like 6%, 7%, or could be more, as long as you can keep looping it. It's great. Obviously, it creates risk, and saw the ST peg broke, and a lot of interesting things happened when the Terra ecosystem blew up. But those are the opportunities that you have with liquid staking. You also have so right now, if you just have your, you have some assets on Osmosis, you have supplied liquidity, for example, to the XPRT Atom pool or XPRT OSMO pool, you are basically sure you're earning, decent yields, swap fee, plus on top of that, you're earning like, XPRT incentives. On top of that, you're earning, rewards on Osmo itself in the form of Osmo itself. But what if you are earning staking yields on top of that as well, especially within the Cosmos ecosystem where staking yields are actually very high? You don't want to give up on that, right? Like 35% yield on staking, 50% on staking is decently high numbers. Osmo staking gives you around 60% right now, if I'm not wrong. So those are very high yields which you do not want to give up on. So liquid staking obviously provides you with those opportunities where you can just collateralize your asset, borrow other assets. But on top of that, if you just want to play with a low risk strategy, you can like do what people did with the leveraged liquid staking implementation of ST. And those kinds of use cases will be live for all our implementations as we move along our journey.
Yeah.